Any thing that you do, you're never, it's never you in totality. You may have made a mistake. It's not awful. It's not unbearable. You can stand it. And it's certain when you start reading the books on our reading list by the founder of CBT, Albert Ellis, How to Stubbornly Refuse to Make Yourself Miserable and the Myth of Self-Esteem, specifically in chapter 4, Psychotherapy and the Value of a Human in the Myth of Self-Esteem, goes into great detail of why that's not the case. Why you don't. We've learned to have conditional self-acceptance, accepting ourselves on conditions, that I accept myself only if I act like XYZ. Or then when OCD presents with a new variable, something that goes against your acceptance, then quickly you're in that cycle. So that's what then happens, and it's a kind of sneaky trick of OCDs, where not sneaky. I mean, OCD is just a sort of anxiety reflex in the brain that's looking out for something scary. But realistically, what happens is we then get lost there, and we then get stuck, and then we are sort of looking to, oh no, I've got to prove that I'm not that, and only then I could accept myself. And so with unconditional self-acceptance, there is no sort of dashing and diving internally, frantically trying to get yourself out of the problem, because you can see that even if that thing were true, even if that situation was the thing that you were stuck in, it wouldn't be an issue like you imagine it to be, because you could accept yourself regardless, even if that was the case. So that's very helpful. But with uncertainty for the mass majority of problems with OCD are thoughts that are sort of stuck, latched in various ways. We don't need to go through with acceptance on all of those. We can leave those ones to flow that do flow. So it's getting comfortable, and getting comfortable with leaving that there, and seeing that we're not certain. We're okay being uncertain. We're actually okay. We don't give it long enough. We think, I've got to frantically get out of this second. But if we sat with it longer, that would be very helpful. However, that doesn't mean sitting with it for years, like I was doing on ones that wouldn't release. But for the mass majority of them, they do sort of pass by. They do sort of flow along and don't stay latched completely.